Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Steve Winterhack along with Randy Armga, and we are here to bring you some American Legion Post 210 AA American Legion Baseball, bringing you on Radio Plus with cooperation with Jeff's live stream, and we are ready to bring you this game after Waupun lost their ball game yesterday in the first game of the double elimination tournament, losing to Little Chute 6-1. And Randy, you were here for that game. What's your thoughts on that game?
I was here, and I'll tell you what, Little Chute, they had a nice pitcher, big lefty that pretty much controlled Waupun the entire game. They really never got much offense going. They scored the one run early, and that came off the bat of Evan Sauer. Waupun was held to two hits in that game. Evan Sauer had both of those hits, so everybody else took the collar, and just really never was much excitement or emotion out of the Waupun team.
Yeah, I know a little disappointment from the coaches, and they've had some really nice games where all the bats are going, but a little bit like the Brewers yesterday in their loss to Miami. Couldn't get the bats going, and Waupun bats, again, just it was all Evan Sauer with his 2 hits yesterday is all they got. So in that ball game, he was 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Jacob Steinbach, one of the future players here for Waupun on the mound. They said that he did a pretty good job for Waupun.
Yeah, I thought he did. He threw strikes, he pitched to contact, and again, Little Chute, a pretty good hitting team, and they were able to gap a few balls and a couple of them long off the fence. And, you know, sometimes you just have to match offense, and Waupun was not up to the task yesterday.
Okay, well, we got a lot to talk about yet. This is just an elimination game because they're taking on Omro. They lost to Campbellsport yesterday by a score of 9-0. They gave up 6 runs in the 3rd inning, 3 runs in the 5th inning in that ball game, and 8 hits for Campbellsport, just 2 hits for Omro in that game. So Omro and Waupun both sitting at with 1 loss already and a chance to be one of these teams is going to be eliminated and done in the tournament, going from 4 teams down to 3. So Waupun is definitely hosting the tournament. Doesn't want to be those 2-and-done teams in this tournament. So we'll see them come out, I'm sure, with a little more energy than what they had yesterday, and hopefully a lot more hitting than they had yesterday.
Right, and the winner of this game will play today at 6:30. There's going to be 1 game in between, and then they'll be back here today in action. So, yeah, chance to get yourself back on track.
Okay, well, let's take a break right now. We're going to come back with more of our pregame show brought to you by Home and Auto Sales. Steve and Randy with you here at the Gus in Waupun. Come on down and watch the game. That's the main thing right now. But if you can't get here, then make sure you let people know that you can find us on Radio Plus and on Jeff's live stream. Jeff?
Yep.
Also? Okay. So on both of those places to look for the game. So again, we invite you to come down and cheer on your Waupun Warriors, our Waupun Post 210, the Wild Turkeys, and we'll be back with more of our pregame show after this on Radio Plus.
18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. See Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights only at Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
There has never been a better time to shop Werner Harmsen Furniture and Total Flooring, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmsen is featuring a fashionable selection of furniture and flooring. That means remarkable savings on name brand furniture, top quality name brands at special competitive prices. You'll get the taste, quality, and personalized service that has separated the Werner Harmsen name from the best. Find their showroom in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmsen Furniture and Total Flooring. Taste, service, selection. It's worth the drive to beautiful downtown Waupun.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of all of our young athletes and what they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones Investments is a proud supporter of sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs today by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Be playing this week. Stop into the Other Bar in celebration of the EAA, Andy, right?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. EAA is going on this week. You can guarantee that they're going to stop in here. We'll be here from 11 to 9 with our kitchen. So, absolutely. EAA travelers, we welcome you all in and stop in and see what we got going on.
Brewers baseball, they are playing really well. Catch the games on the TVs down here, my friend.
Yeah, they're a hot ticket. But yes, we got all kinds of TVs. You can guarantee the Brewer game will be on. We got 16 tap lines to watch the games with beer, and we've got a whole rail of different spirits to go along with it.
You know, the selection here is just outstanding. Everything from the cans to the taps to the bottles back there, and the mixers are flying too.
Absolutely. You'll have to stop in. Like I said, we got 16 different lines, and believe it or not, we're in July, and I've got Oktoberfests that are starting to come in. I've got one on the line now, so you'll have to stop in and see what we've got going on.
Andy, have a great week. Stay cool, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nick.
And we are back at the Gus and Waupun. Steve and Randy with you again. Looking forward to covering again American Legion Post 210 in the postseason. Had some nice times covering these guys in the past, and that special time when we went up to Waupun, North Dakota. I think before that we stayed over in Eau Claire, I believe, when that tournament was in Osseo for the state tournament. But yeah, that's a lot of memories from that. So it's kind of fun to get back after taking a little break of about a month and a half from doing games. It was kind of nice, and watching a whole lot of 4-year-old softball and 8-year-old, 10-year-old, and 12-year-old baseball too. So you go from one extreme to another. But again, it's a good time to go connect with those little ones too, and that's where I was yesterday. Actually went up. I didn't do the game, so I could watch 3 games up in not Rapids, but in Plover, and the nice facility that they have up there, Andy.
Yeah, there's a central part of the state is really starting to become a baseball hotbed, and they have some really nice baseball and little league type facilities, youth facilities, and then also really big in softball. I think the state tournament is going to be up in Shawano for the softball state this year. So yeah, most of the teams are in that central part of Wisconsin.
Yeah, so it's that's growing. That's good to see that the American Legion softball is growing, and then of course this is a nice tradition here in Waupun. I remember going to games when I was with my mom and dad, and they were like 13, 12 years old, whatever it was, and they had Cahill and Steve Van de Zandt and all those guys, and we travel and go watch them play up in Tomahawk in the state tournament and things like that, and that was really quite the crowd that would come out and watch those games. So a great tradition here in Waupun. Now, in that ball game yesterday, Waupun losing again 6-1. They ran a kind of a buzzsaw of a pitcher with that left-handed pitcher. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, he had a good fastball, and he threw enough breaking pitches to keep Waupun, a little off balance. But yeah, mainly fastballs, and able to have enough velo to get it past some of Waupun's hitters. And I don't know, as I said, just Waupun just never really got any momentum going, and it became a little bit contagious in the wrong way. And they were a lot of 3-up and 3-down innings, and not really many people on the base paths. And he didn't have to throw out of the stretch very often. He was able to go from the windup, and that's where he was at his best.
Yeah, Omro in their loss, like I said, 9-2 to Campbellsport yesterday. Jake Hunter for Omro. The Foxes threw 3 1/3, and it was Cade Souls who pitched 2 2/3 innings in that ball game in the loss, but 9-0. So a couple decisive victories for a couple teams in the tournament, and both these teams here again just playing to stay alive here in the tournament. You lose this game, you are done. You win, you'll be playing at 6:30 coming up tonight, as long as the weather doesn't push us back at all. There is some out there in the forecast with a little rain in the forecast, but hopefully that doesn't slow anything down and we get all our games in for today. We'll take another break and talk a little bit more about the game. Coming your way in just a few minutes. This is Waupun American Legion Post 210 Baseball.
With an auto policy from American Family Insurance, no matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because you'll feel totally protected with the right auto coverage. Plus, you'll save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home with our expert agents. American Family Insurance.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. With a redesigned, fully customizable cargo box and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Ballweg Implement, Highway 68 West Waupun and Ballweg Turf and Leisure North Spring Street and Beaver Dam. Just have to get in the seat with Ballweg Implement.
Okay, we are back. It's a AA American Legion baseball tournament, and Waupun with some new names. It happens every year. You get in the Legion. Some guys aren't available, and the big name is the Mr. Beam not being able to play here today. So that's a big loss when you lose your catcher and one of your main pitchers in the ball game and not available for the weekend. So you see some other names slide in there. And what do you know about some of these names that are just popping up here? See playing catcher with Connor. I should say for the Waupun.
Bennett Nagel.
Yeah, Benton Nagel. Then you have Braden Daney in the mound for Waupun here. And what do you know about those guys?
Yeah, younger guys. I've seen a lot of Nagel. He's a pretty solid player, and he's just been waiting to get his opportunities. Young guy, and he's been catching for a number of years at the lower level. So Nagel does a good job, and we're going to see Daney throwing today. He threw last night 27 pitches, I believe it was last night. So he's able to go all the way to 105 today if need be.
Okay, so they're announcing the starting lineups for both teams. Well, the national anthem, and then the beginning of this afternoon's game, an elimination game. Waupun getting set to take on the Omro Foxes, post number 234. And we'll have the starting lineups and all the positions for you coming your way right after this on Radio Plus.
Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today. This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
Say cheese! If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
And we are back at the Gust, just about ready to start the game. Not a bad day today. Looks like the flag blowing a little bit out towards right field, but not like some of those spring games that we had when it was just a straight out flag, no matter which way it was going. But it's a nice friendly little breeze blowing out right now. Let's take a look at Waupun defensively. You got Braden Daney on the mound, right-handed pitcher. Benton Nagel behind home plate. Over at first base, Jake Krieger. Landon Richter, he is the second baseman. Evan Sauer over at shortstop. Graham Gopalin is the third baseman. And left to right in Waupun's outfield, Trey Schmidt, Bryant Ferris, and Ethan Cunningham. And we'll look at the batting order now for the Omro Foxes. Jake Hunter playing second base, and he'll be leading off, followed by shortstop Cade Souls. Batting third will be their third baseman, Cade Boynton. Pitcher Jonah Bry is batting in the cleanup spot, followed by first baseman Xander Souls, then left fielder Evan Bernier, catcher Connor Grams batting seventh. It is Ethan Verman batting eighth, and he's the right fielder, and then center fielder Tanner Piper round out the batting order for the Omro Foxes. So here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, as you said, an elimination game, so we'll see which team brings more emotion. Have to guess that Daney has thrown quite often to Nagel back there. They've been not sure if they're exactly the same age, but they both played JV ball together, and they've been a battery that has had a lot of experience with each other. Sun's kind of peeking out now, Steve, a little bit. Yeah,
it is definitely stuffy here in the booth right now. Usually it's a nice, comfortable place, but it's a little humid today. But you're ready to play some ball, get these games in. Loser is done. The winner heads on to play at 6:30 tonight. The two teams that won yesterday will be battling after this ball game. A set time of 4 o'clock with Campbellsport and Little Chute all set to play. So we are ready.
Umpires thought it was overcast enough. They wore the black shirts today. If the sun comes out, it can get extremely warm when you do that.
He's looking pretty sharp, and you are familiar with these umpires, right?
Yeah, one of the Trimmers out of Beaver Dam, and the other Bob is out of Fond du Lac, I believe.
Okay, we are ready to play. Here we go. First pitch for Braden Daney here in the ball game. Right-handed pitcher. Ball one. The first pitch in, misses low and away.
As I said, Daney threw 27 pitches last night, so under 30 doesn't count at all towards your pitch count.
Missing low on the next pitch. Puts the count now at 2-0. And a called strike on the next pitch in, catching the outside part of the plate. Little chopper up the third base line, but pulled foul. 2-2 the count now for Jake Hunter. It's good to see some of the faces that we did not see this whole past high school season, with Evan Sauer over at shortstop and Ethan Cunningham out in right field, and making the most of their second chance to play for that extra year.
Yeah, Evan Sauer, as we were told before the game, probably he's on a work crew that works.
Just popped in the infield, and Jake Krieger over at first base will grab that for out number one.
Yeah, but Evan Sauer, he works out of state a lot during the week, so he hasn't been able to play that often. And we were told he hadn't swung a bat in almost a month, and he came up with the 2 hits for Waupun. It shows you how talented he is.
Yeah, it's like my golf game when I go out there. I usually hit pretty good for the first couple of holes, but then I go right back into my overswinging and bad habits and whiffing a few balls, a few worm burners, and yeah, a couple nice hits yesterday. And got a chance to hang out with his dad just a little bit last night too, with the hotel we were staying in, the Mead Inn, Hotel Mead, up in Wisconsin Rapids. Swing and a miss on the next pitch. Puts the count now at 0-2 for Cade Souls. Cade Boynton waiting on deck.
Good to see Daney, the young guy, get ahead in the count. Oh, good
a
pitch.
nasty little curve that was going right at him, and that went right down the middle at the end of it, and that totally froze. Cade Souls couldn't believe what he saw, went down looking. So 2 up and 2 down, and Cade Boynton stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, Daney's dad coaches either the Junior Legion or he's part of this staff here on the varsity quite a bit, or the Senior Legion, and
he's really involved too with the basketball with his son. So
yeah, and it's kids that are around the game a lot, maybe more than they want to be sometimes, just by osmosis they become better players, understand the game.
Boynton lets the next one go. It's now a 1-1 count. Now he'd be cousins with Jordan Daney that used to play.
I would think so.
Over to third base, and a good job by Graham Gopal. He gets it across the field and gets the out. So 1, 2, 3 inning, 1 strikeout. Nobody reaches. No score in the game. Waupun will have their half of inning number 1 coming your way right after this on Radio Plus in conjunction with Jeff's live stream.
Chocolate, coffee, popcorn, ice cream. That's all that needs to be said about Guth's candy. But Steve and Katie Guth offer much more than your favorite confectionery cravings. Hundreds of decadent handcrafted creations and classic candy faves are swirled together in a casual cafe for long talks, guiltless indulgences, and hot refills. Guth's Candy, corner of Highway 49 and 151 Waupun. Order your Guth favorites online for a sweet surprise at guthscandy.com. Guth's Candy in Waupun, a chocolate legacy 4 generations strong.
Holman Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Holman Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Holman Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
New ownership?
Welcome back to the Gus in Waupun. Let's take a look at Waupun's batting order here as they come up for the first time in the ball game. They'll be facing a right-handed pitcher, Noah Bry. Ethan Cunningham, who kind of worked his way from being on the bottom of the batting order up to the top of the batting order. He had a huge game the other day against Plymouth where he had a home run and 3 for 4 and hitting and kind of tore it up in that ball game. So earned his way up to the top of the order now, but he'll be leading off for Waupun. Brian Ferris will be batting second, followed by Jake Krieger, Trey Schmidt, the cleanup batter, Brennan Redeker batting fifth, followed by Evan Sauer, Landon Richter, Graham Gopalin, and Benton Nagel. We're going to get ready to step to the plate and face Noah Bry. Or Jonah. Yeah, Jonah Bry.
Yeah, Jonah.
Jonah Bry. Even have it written down as Jonah.
Yeah, it looks like Noah a little bit. A lot of the same letters. Understandable.
This pitch is a little high and away. Makes the count now 1-1 to Ethan. Ethan, I talked to him before the game, said he's enjoying his little stint coming back, but he's out there. I think he's working for Hooper Construction out there, so he's doing that during this past year. And Evan Sauer also going, let's make some money right now route. Working over at Central Cable.
Yeah, good opportunity to, if you're not a guy that wants to go to college and do that route, it's a great opportunity to get started there at both of those places, and you can support a family on those kind of wages as you progress up through the system.
Jonah Bry with a nice little curveball, found the strike zone. The fastball is going to miss high, makes the count now 3-2. Brian Ferris awaiting on deck.
Bry, a quick worker, not messing around here. Stays on the mound, gets the ball, and he's ready to go.
Full count, and that's going to miss inside. Trying to get that one to bend in there, but it just didn't quite make it all the way. So a walk issue to Ethan Cunningham. Like Jonah thought maybe he caught the inside part of the plate, but didn't get the call from the home plate umpire. That'll bring up Bryant Ferris. Jake Krieger will be on deck. Yeah, a lot of people are opting for him. Don't go the college route. That's not for everybody, and you don't need to do that. And go and find yourself a good job. Sounds like they're both doing pretty well. Showing bunt, brings the bat back. Ball one.
Cunningham, he runs pretty well. Maybe see if they can get him started with the right-hander. Waupun was, when they did have base runners yesterday with the lefty on the mound, they were stuck staying pretty close.
And Cunningham takes off, great jump. No contest on that one. Gets himself to second base. Yeah, these guys, you tell their passion for playing baseball, playing, kind of playing their summer away a little bit, doing that. They're doing other things too, and Evan Sauer definitely still works yet. And that one's bunted back towards the pitcher. Bry's going to pick it up, throw it to first base, and that will advance Cunningham over to third. So we're getting a job done and a sac bunt for Bryant Ferris. Just one down, and that brings up Jake Krieger. Jake and his twin sister going the college route. Right. They're going to do very well as to a couple of the top people from their high school class. Matter of fact, his sister was a top in the class. So
I think Jake was top 5.
Strike one of the first pitch in. I think they're both kind of going for the same direction in college.
Yeah, like biology or pre-med type of things.
Kind of off the handle, and that's going to be, a nice job kind of coming in and then having to kind of go back to get it towards the outfield as Cade Souls and catches it over his shoulder and brings it in for the out, keeping the runner at third base. So 2 down with that runner at third, and that'll bring up Trey Schmidt. Trey play some big moments during the high school season, some game winners once in a while. Oh, and there's another one opposite field, and he's going to get himself to first base, and RBI and Waupun on the scoreboard. Nice job of hitting there by Trey Schmidt going the opposite way between first and second. Waupun leading now 1-0.
You were right about Trey Schmidt. He had a really nice high school year, and probably a little better than I anticipated out of him. He was an overachiever, I thought, or maybe he's just that good. But yeah, he's not a big guy, but he's got a lot of pop in his bat, and he's hit some gappers to the fence and had some big hits at key moments.
And we're not just saying that because his dad's sitting next to me at all. So,
he is?
Yeah. It was chopped over the top of the pitcher, but going to throw to first base, and they do get him out. Nice job over at short by Cade Souls on that hit and run, but they get the out at first. But Waupun does come up with a run and lead this game now 1-0. Back with the top of inning number 2 right after this.
In customer service tradition, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun and its surrounding areas for over 50 years. New owners Luke and Logan Gans are longtime employees of Verhaeg's Furniture and are committed to continue serving the furniture, accessory, and mattress needs of Waupun and the surrounding areas. Bringing you exceptional quality from Ashley Furniture, Lazy Boy, Tempur-Pedic, Puffy Mattress, and many more top brands from their store to your home. Verhaeg's Furniture, 806 West Main Street, Waupun. Quality brands for affordable prices.
Hello, back pain sufferers. This is Dr. Randall Blahoviak with New Med Integrated Healthcare. Are you struggling to find a solution for the constant neck and back pain that's keeping you from enjoying life? Maybe you're wondering if you should go the medical route, or maybe you're even thinking about giving chiropractic a try. Well, now you don't have to decide between the two. At New Medical Center in Waupun, you can have the best of both worlds. Let our team of experienced medical professionals and chiropractors design a treatment plan to get you back to living a pain-free life. The healthcare team at New Medical Center will assess your condition and give you a combination of options, both medical and chiropractic, to choose from. With over 30 years of experience treating back pain, you can be assured that the team at New Medical Center will discover and address the source of your pain. Don't waste another minute trying the same old failed strategies. Let New Medical Center help get you back to living your best pain-free life. Call New Medical Center now at 920-324-9899. That's 920-324-9899. Or visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
Stephen Randy back with you again. here at the Gus and Waupun. Got Jeff Sauer doing the video streaming on Jeff's live stream for us too, along with being on Radio Plus here this afternoon. Jeff covering all the ball games here at the AA tournament. We're just kind of jumping on for the Waupun games.
Don't forget, you can join us on the radio as well. A lot of people do that, especially if you're out doing yard work or maybe you have to travel. You can flip it on the radio.
That's popped up behind home plate, and kind of battling the sun all the way was a Benton Nagel, and it kind of lands in behind him as he's running towards the screen. So staying alive is Bry. Yeah, that's one thing. You kind of mentioned that because you heard from a lot of people that they just, like people like to listen to Bob Euchre or just any of the radio guys from any of the cities, and kind of a tradition for some people out there working on yard work or in the car or something. That's don't forget that we always bring all of our games here on the Source. We bring them on the Source on 103.3 FM and 93.7 FM and AM 1170. Actually, our AM signal definitely the best of the bunch. You can go quite a ways.
Especially daylight hours, yes, you can go forever. 50, 60 miles from here, I've listened.
It's a 2-2 pitch, and that paints the outside part of the plate, and going down looking is Jonah Bry. 2 strikeouts now in the ball game for Braden Daney. Nice location on that one.
Didn't know a lot about Daney, but he's doing a nice job. He did a pretty nice job last night. He came in, actually didn't even realize it wasn't Steinbach. They look so much alike. They're similar in size and facial looks, at least from a distance. And I didn't even realize they didn't make an announcement to us, and wasn't even sure until the next inning that they had made a pitching change.
Xander Souls up to bat right now. With 1 down, nobody on. Waupun leading 1-0 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Comes the 2-0 pitch. Kind of a high pitch. He is popped up. It's going to drift out of play for strike 1.
I believe the only pitcher for Waupun, because Richter threw last night as well, but I think Steinbach would be the only one that would not be eligible to throw.
It's going to miss off the plate. Puts the count at 3-1. Yeah, last night was, like I said, it was up in Wisconsin Rapids. A really nice facility up in Plover. I think probably all these guys out here have played on that facility over at Plover. Swallowing it up and putting it over to first base is Evan Sauer. Good job, bobbled it at first, stuck with it, got the out at first. I talked to Evan's dad, John, said he's really enjoying coming back and playing, getting those chances, not playing during the week. But the weekends are open for him because he's got a job, got a job.
Yeah, Central Cable Monday through Thursday.
That brings up Evan Bernier, the right-handed hitter, called strike. No offer from Bernier.
Even if you're working local for Central Cable, which I believe Evan.
Well, that one hits the plate and chopped over towards third base, charging. Here goes Gopal into first, but good speed up the line on that one. Bernier with an infield hit.
I believe even if you're working locally, like Evan was for a while, he worked in Marquezan on some projects and in some local areas, but they work such long hours that by the time you're done, it's 7, 8 o'clock at night, maybe 9 o'clock sometimes before they quit their day. So yeah, he was just not able to play any of the midweek games for Waupun.
We got a left-handed hitter up now with Connor Grams up to bat, the catcher. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's a good pitch there by Daney. Good fastball on the other half.
Chops the next one into the ground, foul ball. Count is now 0-2, and those guys hit it pretty hard with Central Cable. Work those 4 days during the week, but they hit it hard. The deadlines to meet and beat, but they get paid for it too.
Put in, not uncommon to put in 70 hours in 3 days.
Swing and a miss on the next one. 2 strikeouts, 1 base hit, and 1 runner stranded over at first base. And Waupun leading 1-0 after 1.5 innings. Back with the bottom half of inning number 2 right after this on Radio Plus and on Jeff's live stream.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights only at Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun. There has never...
Welcome back to the bottom half of inning number 2. Steve and Randy with you. I was talking to a few of the dads here that had kids. You know, these kids that are playing high school ball, almost every one of them has went through and played over at Plover where I was last night. Just a beautiful facility. I'm not sure how many diamonds they have there. It's got to be 9 or 10 of them over there. I know I've done some softball over there too with Laconia. When they got there one year, they had to play against Stevens Point Pacelli. And this is some years back. Kayla Schwebke was the pitcher there, but I saw the diamond that they played on. It was right there. Really, some nice diamonds.
There's a name people remember, Schwebke.
Yeah.
Talk about domination for
3 state championships.
4 years. 4 years of domination by her.
Yeah, she was lights out. They didn't score a whole lot of runs sometimes, but you just had to score 1 or 2 runs, and she was going to win the game. And she gave up a hit. You know, she was going to come back and for sure get out the next couple of batters after that. And she looked pretty intimidating for about a 5'5" girl, whatever she was. Always had her shades on. She'd only throw one pitch in the warm-ups. And I was intimidated by her. Wouldn't want to bat against her. 2-0 the count now on Evan Sauer, and called strike in the next pitch in. Again, the owner of the only 2 hits Waupun had yesterday in that loss to Little Chute, 6-1. He had the only RBI and the only hits in the ball game for Post 210.
I think as Evan plays more ball here in this tournament, and as things ramp up, getting more at bats than he did.
Check swing called strike, makes the count now 3-2
all weekend. But he's getting more at bats. He's going to get more comfortable, and obviously a good talent.
This is one outside, swing and a miss by Evan Sauer. So 1 down for Waupun. That'll bring up Landon Richter. Graham Gopalin awaiting on deck. Yeah, good series of pitches there by Bry.
A good possibility we have Evan's family maybe listening up from Wisconsin Rapids or Plover. So hi to the Sauer family.
Richter lays down a bunt, not a bad bunt. He's heading up the line. The coverage over at first was way late from the second baseman. And he just beat it out anyway. What a great hustle up the line there by Richter. Nice placed ball and safe at first. Here's Landon Richter with some good speed.
Let's see if Waupun tries to steal him down to second base. I think there's an opportunity here to take some extra bases against Omro.
It's a good lead, but he's going to stay over there now. Like I said, Graham Gopalin up. Benton Nagel awaiting on deck. Yeah, just kind of a beautiful day, if you don't mind a little bit of humidity out there, but don't complain about hot weather. It's going to be a good throw by the catcher, and they get him. Nice job there by Connor Grahams. And they get him pretty easily at second base.
Not sure, did he get I can't see that part of the field, but yeah, maybe did not get a great jump. Looked like a good pitch to run on.
Curveball into that one, and Gopalin fights it off. Foul ball makes the count now 1-2 for Graham. So nobody on base, 2 down. A 1-0 lead for Waupun. 3 teams playing for their playoff lives. You lose, you are done.
Gopalin, he had a great start to the high school season. Over that first maybe 6 or 5, 6, 7 games, he was batting up in the upper 600. So had a great start there.
Yeah, he swings and misses on the last one. He goes down. 2 strikeouts. Nice job by Jonah Bry that inning. One base hit, but that runner thrown out at second base on a steal attempt, and Waupun comes up empty, leading now this game 1-0 after 2 complete. Top of the third coming your way after this.
A better time to shop Werner Harmson Furniture and Total Flooring, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmson is featuring a fashionable selection of furniture and flooring. That means remarkable savings on name brand furniture, top quality name brands at special competitive prices. You'll get the taste, quality, and personalized service that has separated the Werner Harmson name from the best. Find their showroom in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmson Furniture and Total Flooring. Taste, service, selection. It's worth the drive to beautiful downtown Waupun.
Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Be playing this week. Stop into the other bar in celebration of the EAA, Andy, right?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. EAA is going on this week. You can guarantee that they're going to stop in here. We'll be here from 11 to 9 with our kitchen. So absolutely, EAA travelers, we welcome you all in and stop in and see what we got going on.
Brewers baseball, they are playing really well. Catch the games on the TVs down here, my friend.
Yeah, they're a hot ticket. But yes, we got all kinds of TVs. You can guarantee the Brewer game will be on. We got 16 tap lines to watch the games with beer, and we've got a whole reel of different spirits to go along with it.
You know, the selection here is just outstanding. Everything from the cans to the taps to the bottles back there, and the mixers are flying too.
Absolutely. You'll have to stop in. We got, like I said, we got 16 different lines, and believe it or not, we're in July, and I've got Oktoberfests that are starting to come in. I've got one on the line now, so you'll have to stop in and see what we've got going on.
Andy, have a great week. Stay cool, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nick.
Okay, we are back with the top of inning number 3. 1-0 lead for Waupun. Nice pitching that last inning. I thought a great job by Jonah Bry. Mixing things up pretty good. Didn't give up that infield hit. So number 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order. Left-handed hitter. Trying to bunt his way on. There's a lot of those left-handers like to do, so they get that extra little step towards first base as you're bunting the ball. But that goes foul up to the third base line.
Something you certainly see in softball. Those slap hitters, those left-handed bunters, and third baseman will literally play halfway between third and home, and it's still tough to get those runners out because they're a step and a half on the way to first by the time they make contact with the softball sometimes.
And a lot of those successful ones that Waupun has had, I remember when Coach Hagstrom was a converted right-handed hitter and made him into a left-handed slap hitter.
Yeah.
Did it quite often. Did a good one, though. They can maybe put a little extra on it and just kind of get it so it goes past the pitcher and, past the charging third baseman. And if you're good at it, they're hard to defend. It is popped out towards left field and hauled in by Trey Schmidt for out number 1.
I saw a number of girls this year when I was umpiring. They will he'll start the at-bat on the left side as a slap hitter, and if they get 2 strikes on them, they switch over and go to right-handed, and then they actually go swinging away with their natural right-handed stance.
This is hit high in the air towards left field, but just kind of ranging over and taking it over is center fielder Bryant Ferris right out there in left center field for out number 2. So a couple flyouts to left field, and that'll bring up top of the order Jake Hunter up to bat. His last at bat, he flew out over to first base, over to Jake Krieger.
Ferris getting bored out in center field. He said, I'm going to take one here. Center fielders should be the captain of the outfield. They can, any ball that they feel they can get, they're going to call it off. And similar to the shortstop in the infield.
I explained that to my grandson, Royston, yesterday, too. Or I shouldn't say yesterday, but this is a chopper. We'll talk about that later. But 2 hops over to Evan Sauer. Flings it across his body over to Jake Krieger for the out. So 3 up, 3 down. Nobody reaching that inning for Omro. And Waupun still leading 1-0. Bottom of the third coming your way in just a few minutes.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of all of our young athletes and what they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones Investments is a proud supporter of sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs today by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Make fast work of spreading manure with an H&S Top Shot V-Style manure spreader from H&S Manufacturing. Available in 1286, 1500, 2000, 2600, 3400, and 4200 gallon sizes. H&S has a V-Style manure spreader to fit your farm. The right-hand size discharge of the Top Shot is capable of spreading a variety of material from liquids to most pen pack styles of manure. See Waupun Equipment Company today for a tough quality built H&S manure spreader. Buy the best, by H&S.
The Hour Bar on.
Okay, we are back with the bottom half of inning number 3. Waupun with that 1-0 lead. Things moving pretty fast here. This afternoon, the game is moving right along, and Benton Nagel, number 9 in the batting order, will start things out for Waupun. Then back to the top of the order for Ethan Cunningham and Bryant Ferris.
Opportunity here for some young guys.
Yeah.
Nagel, Daney, a couple of the other guys that maybe didn't play as much at this level.
Fastball high and laying off, it was Nagel, ball 1.
You mentioned Chase Beam not playing with his club team, I guess, travel team that he plays on. And then Logan Prawl did not play all season as he plays travel ball.
Yeah, a lot of those guys have played with those teams for some years. I know Logan just wanted to stick with his buddies, he said, from that team. Called strike on this little curveball into Benton Nagel.
Landon Dirksen not playing as well in the tournament. Another guy that would get significant minutes.
He catches the outside part of the plate. Count is now 2-2 to Nagel. Trying to set the table for the top of the order. A little late on that one. Trying to go opposite field. Foul ball down the right field line.
Jonah Bry, a little bit of a short armor there. He doesn't really get his whole motion into it, but he's got a pretty good snap on his fastball.
Shortstop Souls over there and throws it too high to first base, and tripping over the base and going out of play, and getting second base will be Benton Nagel. So coach said, but just make sure you touch first base first, then we'll officially go over to second base. But yeah, nice little clean play over there with the glove by Souls, but then his arm failed him and sailed that one past the first baseman, then out of play.
Yeah, the fence is not real tall once you get past the dugout, and off this turf, if you elevate one like that, it gets the right bounce. It's going to go out of play easily.
So big opportunity here for Waupun to try to extend their lead with a leadoff runner over at second base, and top of the order now, Ethan Cunningham up, fouls one back for strike 1.
Ethan disgusted with himself. He had one right there, middle, and just swung under it a bit. He wanted that one.
That one stays high. 1-1 the count now to Ethan Cunningham. With nobody out, runner at second in a 1-0 ball game in favor of Waupun. This one is swung on and fouled back. Like to see those bats get started here for Waupun and get back to their hitting shoes on and make something happen. Runner goes on it, that down to the dirt, and good jump on that one. And safe over at third base now is Benton Nagel.
Nagel got a huge lead right there.
Comes the 2-2 pitch. That's going to miss outside. Cunningham has worked himself into a full count. Ethan got on with a walk and scored the only run in the ball game back in the first inning. Brian Ferris awaiting on deck. A little late on that one. Fouls it out of play. Over the right field side. Count is still 3-2.
Nice approach by Cunningham, actually trying to hit the ball to the right side, I believe. Get Nagel in. Nagel's getting a big lead at third.
Definitely made Bry a little nervous and threw it over there. Just saying, keeping an eye on you over there.
Nagel looking to score on a pass ball or a wild pitch.
Swing and a miss on the next pitch in, and Cunningham goes down, strikeout. So one down runner at third base, and Bryant Ferris will now step to the plate. Had a successful sack bunt back in the first inning.
See if they let Bryant hit away here. Maybe they try something. Maybe a little squeeze play.
I wonder if Bryant's one that'll be able to come back and play again next year.
I questioned that myself the last a number of these guys if they're young enough.
Reaches out, and the guy are going to score a run, and safe over at first base. Boy, I tell you, it took him a while to get that ball off to first base, and bumping it up the line there. Brian Ferris beats out the throw, gets himself an infield hit.
I think with Nagel going on contact, he took a look at home and didn't realize how well Ferris runs. I bet you Ferris is going to get going here early in this count, too.
That brings up Jake Krieger. The first one misses low and away. So 2-0 the lead now for Waupun and your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. And here goes Ferris takes off. Here goes the throw, and I'm not sure why he stopped there for a second, and then he went and he got tagged out. Looked like he was going to get it if he just would have hit the deck. Not sure what was any reason for that.
I don't know, unless he thought the throw wasn't coming down at all. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Very unusual. He's usually a head first slider, and he goes in.
I thought he was going to make it easy if he would have slid, but no, he gets stops a second, then runs right into the tag.
Our whole plate umpire called ball quite loud on that pitch, and unless he thought it was foul, unless he thought he heard foul. Not sure.
Yeah, get in there hard and sort it out later. Okay. So that clears the bases. We got 2 down. Jake Krieger up to bat. See if they can get some magic here with 2 outs on the board. 3-1 count now to Jake. Swings and fouls back the next pitch. Wanted to talk to Jake over at his graduation party. I always liked interviewing him. He was always so mature when you talk to him out there. And I remember when he was like a freshman, they had the little notices up around school, and there was a little bio on him. He said he wants to be a sports announcer. So we tried to get him to come up by us, but he didn't want to go. I thought, well, he's a little shy.
Have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Get some experience.
Yeah, he's got bigger and better things than going into a life of poverty of being a radio announcer. So.
No, both he and his sister, twin sister, JC, going to UW-Madison. Hopefully they flourish there. I would believe they would.
Oh, yeah.
Great kids, great.
Be nice having your sibling with you over there. You got to, especially going for the same direction with their education, at least to start with. Support each other over there. Trey Schmidt up to bat. Count is now 2-0 to Trey.
You mentioned about Evan Sauer and Cunningham coming back. I've seen both of those guys at most of these graduation parties that we've been invited to. You know, they're part of this.
Well, Krieger's now in a rundown between first and second, and they're going to get him over at second base. So that ends Waupun's threat here in this inning. Come up empty, and they still lead 2-0 after 3 complete. Back with the 4th inning coming away right after this.
Street Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
It's
Welcome back to more of our AA Legion baseball tournament here at Waupun at the Gus. Waupun with a 2-0 lead. Kind of a couple weird little things going on in that ball game, that inning with Brian Ferris stopping. It looked like he was going to make it easily over to a second base, stopped, and then ran into the tag, and then getting in a rundown was Jake Krieger, too, to end the inning. So a couple weird outs for Waupun.
Yeah, officially 2 caught stealings in that inning.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered, Steve, how Omro ended up in Double-A. I asked before the game because they're definitely a smaller community. They do use your school district enrollment when they figure out, even though Legion ball is not really tied to the school, but that's what they use as a factor. And they said they added a kid from Winneconne, so then you have to bring in that school's enrollment as well. Apparently, they didn't realize that when they made that call. That's what I was told.
Waupun knows that one full well of the years that they did that.
Yeah.
In the years that they didn't do it anymore because they kept him down and just played an A ball for a while.
And Waupun used to add Randolph kids and Marquezan kids before there were any programs in that area.
This is hit high in the air out towards left field, and Trey Schmidt just drifts over there and hauls it in for the out.
Waupun's outfield playing fairly shallow here, challenging the Foxes to hit one over their head.
Cade Boynton coming up to bat now. He grounded out over at the third base back in the first inning. So just one hit so far against Braden Daney, kind of cruising right through to getting the pitching that you want out of him in this ball game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you could go without having to use Evan Sauer and Jake Krieger further into this tournament, you'd be sitting pretty good. Called strike on the next pitch into Boynton.
Well, Daney's done an excellent job. One hit so far.
Next pitch. I thought he missed. Yeah, 1-2. Just took him a while to put it up on the scoreboard. 1-2 the count. And a little slow roller charging is Evan Sauer. Picks it up by second base. No, he's safe. Kind of patted the glove before he threw it, too. So I thought, no, he must think he's going to get him yet, but ends up just beating that out. I thought he must know that he's going to throw the strike to first again because he got a pat of the glove before he threw it. And now they got a runner over at first base with one down. Just a 2-0 ball game for Waupun. Jonah Bry, the pitcher, up to bat. That's two hopper over to Evan. Throws her over to second. Oh, and that goes through the glove of Landon Richter over there. And that's going to allow the runner to go all the way to third base. And runner's now at the corners. That's an error by Richter over at second base. A nice little toss over there from Evan Sauer trying to set up the double play. And they come up with nothing and runners at the corners.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Landon was thinking about the double play before he caught the ball right there. Yeah, pretty good feed by Sauer. I thought patented double play when it was hit.
Yeah, so that will bring Brent Ferris, the head coach, out there to talk with his infield, his pitcher and catcher and everybody right now. But a couple of weird things in the bottom of the third inning for people Waupun running, and then here with that error over at second base. And Omro right now threatening Waupun.
We'll see how the young guy Daney can do. Braden Daney, little adversity right now. See if he can rise to the occasion here and get himself out of this.
That brings up Xander Souls to the plate. He has grounded out to shortstop back in the second inning. Pitch swung on and fouled on the ground over on the third base side. Yeah, don't forget, if you want to come down and watch some baseball, a great weekend of baseball with this Double-A Legion tournament. And after this game, 4 o'clock scheduled time on this one with Campbellsport taking on Little Chute. Both teams that won yesterday facing each other. And should Waupun win this game, they'll be playing at 6:30 tonight against the loser of that game. That's being played after this one. Somebody's have to play back-to-back. Runner goes on the next pitch. Throw right back over to Daney. Runner's now safe at second and third.
Upon conceding that stolen base. Don't want to give up a run if you don't have to on some kind of a play like that.
That one's going to miss. And Danny's reaction of
pretty close.
Maybe he had that, so.
Yeah, down a little bit. You're going to intentionally walk him.
Okay, that's going to load up the bases with this intentional walk to Souls, and that'll bring up Evan Bernier, who had a single. He's had the first hit of the ball game for the Omro Foxes back in the second inning.
I was just about to say it wouldn't be the worst thing if he walked here. And Coach Ferris makes the decision. We are going to intentionally walk him, get the force out at home. Corners are up, middle is back.
Yeah, it's popped over in foul territory, giving chase is Schmidt, and hauls it in foul territory. And everybody holds up where they're at. That's a nice little turn of events for Waupun to put 2 outs on the board. Now you just need to get that out.
That ball not hit deep enough for a possible tag up. There you go. Just what you needed there out of the young guy, Danny. We talked about it. Now see if we can get the job done, get out of this inning, get yourself a ground ball.
Or a fly ball out to short to right center field. 3 players right there, and Brian Ferris
didn't know how many outs there were.
Yeah, lost track and threw it in like the guy was going to try to come in from third, but good job getting out of that trouble. Stranding the bases loaded. Nobody scores, and Waupun still holds on to that 2-0 lead after 3.5 innings. Back with the bottom of inning number 4 right after this on Radio Plus and on Jeff's live stream.
Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Pork, baby back ribs, buy 1, get 1 free. Deals on Sprite. Coca-Cola, buy 2, get 2 free. Deals on tortilla chips, pretzels, or puff corn. Great deals on Kemp's ice cream, Piggly Wiggly water, Kemp's milk, and more. It's the Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now, all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig.
Ballwig Implement is your John Deere Gator headquarters with a full inventory of new John Deere Gators for every interest and need and special deals. Now through July 31st, take advantage of cash off or low rate financing for qualified applicants on the Gator of your dreams. A variety of models for 2 to 4 passengers, up to 1,000 pound cargo capacity, 2, 4, or 6-wheel drive, and lots of attachments for fun and to get the work done. See the models and options that work for you. Ballwig Implement at Waupun and Beaver Dam, your full-line John Deere dealer and John Deere Gator headquarters.
Have you got...
Okay, Waupun dodges a bullet after the error that they had in the last inning, and bases were loaded with just 1 down, and they get out of it. So nice job there by Waupun, post 2-10, and they hold on to that 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the 4th inning. And coming up to bat, Trey Schmidt, who was up to bat last inning, with his teammate Jake Krieger got in that rundown between first and second. So Trey will start things out, followed by Brendan Redeker and Evan Sauer.
Good job by the young guy, Braden Daney, on the mound. Kept his composure. Sometimes when you get an error like that and things aren't going your way, things can go south, or you can pick your team up around you, and you can be the man on the mound and do a good job pitching. Yeah. He threw strikes. He got a couple of easy outs.
Yeah, he knows he's got some pretty good experienced guys behind him, so he knew they got this back, and it'll help his confidence just a little bit. Trey had that RBI single, a nice little line drive between first and second base back in the first inning to get that first run to cross the plate. We've seen him do that a few times, and he likes to go that opposite field, go with those outside pitches, and does well with that. 1-2 the count now to Trey, with Brendan Redeker waiting on deck. Missed a little high and tight. Puts the count now at 2-2.
Umpire giving the outside a little bit. You're not going to get both. You're not going to get high and inside.
Sails way outside, makes the count 3-2. And we'll be covering all of, we'll be doing the announcing for the Waupun games. Again, going opposite field, and again getting a base hit. Nice job by Trey. Nice way to start things out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Two
that
for
so
two.
well.
Two for two, man. Wow.
Nice little easy stroke, puts it out there. Just very good at that. That'll bring up Brennan Redeker, the designated hitter. Stepping to the plate now for post 210.
Redeker, he's another guy that I've seen this year. He's at his best when he goes the opposite way. He hits pretty well with power to right field.
Little check swing and a called strike on the first pitch into Brennan. Grounded out to a shortstop back in the first inning. There goes on the next, there's the throw over to second baseman and a safe. Good job, good hustle. So kind of sailing away a little bit and having to reach back to get it was the second baseman Hunter. Waupun with a runner in scoring position with Schmidt over there and nobody out.
Trey able to get a really good jump that time. He had that base stolen early.
This pitch misses inside. 2-1 the count now to Redeker with Evan Sauer waiting on deck. Yeah, well, like I said before, Randy and I will be calling the Waupun games and the rest of the games. You can also catch those, even the ones that aren't with Waupun, like the next game on Jeff's live stream. Three-two the count now on Brennan Redeker. A chance right now to give Waupun another insurance run. Runner in scoring position, Schmidt over at second base. He's going on the pitch, and that's fouled back into the screen. So back to second base for Schmidt.
Waupun being very aggressive on the base path. A little bit like Brewers baseball. Those guys play the game. They're not hitting a lot of home runs, but I'll tell you what, they take every extra base they can get. Very aggressive, a lot of hit and run action.
And that one's missed low and away, and a walk issue to Brennan Redeker. Now runners at first and second with nobody out. And the guy that had the only hits for Waupun yesterday, or in that ball game against Little Chute, stepping to the plate now with Evan Sauer. First pitch swung on and fouled back. Strike one. Yeah, we are. How about those guys? We had to, when you get done with a couple games with even Little League baseball, you got to get together and you got to talk about those games.
Yeah,
and that's
of course
what we
you
did
do. Yeah.
Last night over at the Hotel Mead up in Wisconsin Rapids. And Evan's dad John was with us. That one swung on but fouled on the ground over on the third base side.
Bobby Spanbauer showing off the handle over there, one hand in that one.
Yeah, he's even flexing over there. So.
Flexing what?
Yeah, I don't know. Something was flexing over there. Runners both going, and a throw over to third base, and runner safe. Schmidt's safe over there, and
awkward slide. Hopefully Schmidt's all right. I think he's going to be. Kind of crumpled his arms underneath him as he came in a little late on the slide, and looks like he's going to be all right. That's the good news.
This pitch misses into Sauer, makes the count 1-2 with runners at second and third base. And
Schmidt wearing that oven mitt on the right hand to protect fingers, but he went down a little late, and then when he hit the bag, he hit it hard, kind of crumpled up. Looks like he's fine.
Yeah, we're back to action now with 1-2 count to Evan Sauer. Nobody out. 2-0 lead for Waupun. Ball's going to sail out of the strike zone. It's now 2-2.
Evan holds that bat really high early in his stance. Gets his fingers all the way down on the bottom of that bat.
Swings on the next one. That's going to find its way out of play over on the right field side.
I've seen Evan. He's had that same batting stance for years, and if you look, his bottom hand is actually maybe one or two fingers is off the end of the knob. He's way down.
And that's a hard hit ball out to left field, and that's going to bring in one run for Waupun. Sharply hit ball right down the line. It's past Boynton before he could react to it, and an RBI single off the bat of Evan Sauer.
Going to bring Redeker over to third as well.
Here we go. Runners at the corner. Still nobody out for Waupun. They now lead 3-0. They want to play in that game at 6:30 tonight. Yeah, come on down here. A lot of great baseball with this regional tournament. Right down at the Gus in Waupun. Got some great food for you. Some good baseball. You can't beat that. Right here at the Gus in Waupun. Landon Richter up to bat now for Waupun. Sauer goes. They are going to try to cut it off with the try to cut it off over to the shortstop, but sails over his head. But the second baseman who was standing at second went right into his glove, so that worked out good.
Rudiker, not knowing that, had a hold at third.
Strike on the next one into Richter. Yeah, here we go. There's more opportunities here for Waupun just to pull away, up 3-0 now here in the bottom of the fourth inning. He's going to miss on the next pitch. He's at a 3-1 count.
Richter had a base hit back in the second inning, but then he was caught stealing for the second out in the inning.
Swung on, back and out of play. Makes it now a 3-2 count. Yeah, that was the weird little stretch of things that happened back in that inning. But see if Waupun can capitalize, get some more runs in. And that's going to miss high, and bases now loaded for Waupun, and still nobody out. So a couple walks, a couple base hits here in the inning. 1 run crosses, and Waupun leading 3-0. That'll bring up Graham Gopalan to the plate. Graham struck out back in the second. See, that one catches the outside part of the plate for a called strike one.
Gopalan sporting the black shoes. Not a lot of guys doing all black.
Next one down to the dirt. 1-1 the count. And that's going to playing in. They're going to try to get that force out at home. Did everything right. He was in the right spot, and then mishandled the ball. Did Cade Souls, the shortstop, and everybody's safe, and a run comes in. Exactly what you wanted to happen happened there, except he got to make the play on the ball, and he didn't.
Yeah, once again, getting a little too anxious, a little too quick. We're going to have a meeting on the mound now to discuss this. And
so 2 runs in now. Waupun opens up a 4-0 lead.
2 runs in and nobody out. Waupun looking at an opportunity to bust this game wide open.
Yeah, bases loaded. Looking good right now for Waupun. See if post 210 can take advantage. Benton Nagel. He'll be up the next batter for Waupun. Yeah. That's everything you do when you come in and play on the edge of the infield grass. You're right where you needed to be. They put it was a hard hit ball, but still a very playable ball.
One hopper, yeah, very playable.
Very playable, and then he mishandled it. So Waupun dodges a bullet on that one. Still nobody out, bases loaded.
Last inning, Nagel hit a ball to shortstop that was sailed and out of play. So he was able to get on an error there by Cade Souls.
So coach taking all the time he could get until the home plate umpire says, break it up. Back to playing. So here we go, bases loaded. See what Waupun can do here with nobody out and bases loaded yet. 2 runs in, they lead 4-0 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard.
Home plate umpire charting the charge conference.
Benton Nagel steps to the plate. Got on with an error by the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. Swings on the first pitch and fouls it out of play. I can't believe how fast the summer is going by. The last weekend of July, and
yes.
Can't believe everything's kind of in the rearview mirror with all the big celebrations. There's one hopper, and they're going to go right to home to get the force out. Oh, that one's going to get past.
Get up.
Oh, and the 2 runs are going to score for Waupun. They're just going to keep on bringing them across the plate. Waupun leads 6-0, and that, should have been an easy out. And third baseman kind of got a little nonchalant with it, made it a closer play than it needed to be. Then he kind of sailed it high to the pitcher with a runner coming down hard on him. Off his glove, back to the backstop, and then 2 runs score instead of just 1. So the opportunity is there for Omro, but failed on their chances to try to get out of this. 4 runs in this inning. Waupun now leading 6-0.
Gopal able to get to third during all that action. Yeah, that's, as a pitcher, you got to think, what can I do? I've got myself 2 ground balls, easy play ground balls with the bases loaded, and somehow we messed up both of those.
That one should have been an easy out, but he kind of just took too long to do it, and then he threw a bad throw off the glove of the catcher at home, and then 2 runs end up scoring on that error. Back to the top of the order now for Waupun. Waupun not done yet. Still no outs on the board. 4 runs in. Runners at second and third base.
This could be one of those innings that messes up my scorebook. I hope it is. I hope we have 10 or 12 batters go to the plate in this inning.
That one's going to miss low. Makes the count 2-1. I don't like that. What do you got with mine? I've got the dark, I got the white letters on the black background. So you cross that out, and then you got to put it above it. But it just makes it a sloppy book. So they decide to send Cunningham up to first base.
Oh boy!
To get another great opportunity to get that force out at home plate. They've had 2 that they should have converted and didn't.
Yeah, they're not going to play back in the middle for a double play. Well, they're going for that force at home, but they haven't been able to execute.
And that brings up Bryant Ferris for his 3rd at-bat of the ball game. Had a single back in the 3rd inning. Had that weird tag out over at second base. That weird 3rd inning. And it's also as a flown out to the shortstop. And he just spanks one out to left center field. That's going to score a couple of runs for Waupun at the very least. And I think Waupun's going to try to get 3 on this. They're going to send Cunningham, and he's going to come storming home. And 3 runs come in on that base hit off the bat of Bryant Ferris. Yeah, I tell you, Cunningham, he's got some wheels, and he didn't slow down the whole way around the base path.
That's the fastest Cunningham has ran in a year. Yeah.
Not much called to run real fast in the plumbing business, I guess, unless the toilet's overflowing or something. But
all over and done. Good hit by Ferris right there.
And this has become a rout here. Waupun opens up a 9-0 lead.
We might be seeing a pitching change right now, and we are going to be.
Okay, why don't we take a break right now? A pitching change here. Waupun racking up some runs right now, leading now 9-0 with 7 runs in, and they're still not done yet this inning. So a pitching change here at the Gus. Back after this on Radio Plus and Jeff's live stream.
Ducks in a row these days? Probably a great idea to call All-Phase.
Lucky, that was pretty great. However, not those ducks. Your air ducts. Hi, this is Jackie with All-Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Dust allergens and even mold could be hiding in your air conditioning ducts. Your dryer vent could be clogged too. It's best to get them clean now. One of our most trusted brands is American Standard. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Say cheese! If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Okay, we are back here at the Gus. Pitching change after Waupun just explodes for 7 runs and still nobody out. And still a runner on base over at second base with Brian Ferris getting 3 runs in off his bat to make this a rout now. Waupun leading 9-0, but the opportunity's there. That little one hop over to shortstop playing shallow to get that force out, and then he bobbles the ball, and then that throw home to get the force out and got everything they wanted, but then sailed it over the top of off the glove of the catcher, and then just some very unfortunate things here for the Omro Foxes.
Just a straight flip right there, Steve. That's going to be Xander Souls coming from first base to pitch, and then Jonah Bry, who was pitching, is going to go to first base.
His best friends call him Noah, so just to let you know that.
Even if they write Jonah on his paperwork, they call him Noah.
Yeah, that's the inside scoop. You get that stuff when you.
Yeah, that's his nickname, I'm sure.
It's ours for him, or at least mine. Yeah, Jake Krieger, next pitch, that's going to miss high on the pitch from now Xander Souls.
Souls doesn't look real comfortable out there. I thought he pulled something when he threw that pitch.
Yeah, pitching count-wise and everything else, Waupun would love to get another run across the plate, and that one's going to get past the catcher, and goes Brian Ferris over to third base.
Well, this is a opportunity for Waupun to get up by the 10-run rule, and 3 outs in the top of the 5th, and this game would be over.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. That's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, perfect scenario for pulls 210 as well as Braden Daney.
Yeah, hard hit ball down the left field line, and that is going to be in and bring a run in. Krieger's rounding first, heading to second base. That makes it all the way out by the 310 sign. Hard hit ball off the bat of Jake Krieger, an RBI double for Jake. That'll bring up the 10th batter of the inning. We're going to see Trey Schmidt bat for the second time this inning.
A couple of hard hit balls between Ferris and Krieger back to back. Getting their timing down, starting to drive balls. Okay, time to move over to the next.
Yeah, you got to shift over the messy book move you got to make. Yeah, 10-0. Waupun's got the opportunity to now shut the door on the Foxes coming up in the top of the 5th inning, but they're not done yet either. Still nobody out, and runner at second base.
And we're hoping that Waupun, we don't have to worry about this messy book for Waupun because they might not bat again in this game. If they can get it done defensively, they'll be fine.
Calls the next pitch off. It's gone out 1-1. Trey 2 for 2 in the ball game so far. A couple nice hits out to right field. Got himself an RBI.
He's had a hit in this inning already.
Yeah. Again, going out towards right field, getting a little too far underneath this one. The right fielder gets underneath Vroman out there. Tagging is Krieger. He'll get to third base. So now 1 down, first out at the 10th batter gets the first out of the inning for Waupun. That shows you just had yourself a bad inning defensively here against Waupun, and now the bat's alive here after having a miserable time yesterday. Racking up the hits here against Omro.
Omro could have easily been out of this inning, just easily. Played the infield in, loaded the bases intentionally, got the one hopper to short, got a one hopper to third, and not able to execute on either of those balls.
Brennan Redeker at the plate right now. Big swing on the next pitch in, swing and a miss. Sitting at 1-1 on the count, and Evan Sauer waiting on deck. Brennan's second at bat of the inning, the 11th batter for Waupun. This one a called strike. Puts the count now at 1-2. Let's see if the Brewers can get their bats going. They kind of a quiet game for them yesterday and still playing a great baseball. Little bender in there, and that one is off the bat into the glove of the catcher, and he's out.
Tell you what, Brewers could have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball right now. Kind of crazy,
easily.
especially Woodruff coming back and looking better than he ever did before the shoulder surgery he had. He has been lights out. He
Love
got-
what I've seen from him in his 3-year starts or so that he's had so far. And Mizorowski, bring that young man that nobody even knew who he was before. Now everybody does because he got put in the All-Star game after 5 starts. And
Phenom, yeah.
yeah.
And you got
Freddie
Peralta.
Peralta.
Yeah, Freddie's
nice
all-star season going, leading the majors in wins with 12, I believe, right now. He's either tied or at the top.
This is high on the next pitch in.
So, yeah, you got Peralta, and you got
Quintana.
Yeah.
Quintana, he pitched yesterday. And who's the other one? Should know that off the top of my head, but I don't. Been watching enough Brewer baseball as of late.
And they got Priester or whatever his name
Priester,
is.
yeah.
Priester.
Quinn Priester.
Quinn
Yeah.
Priester. He's had a heck of a
He's
year.
got 9 or 10 wins already on the season.
Velocity, they said, the Brewer pitching staff, including their bullpen, highest velocity in all of the majors. Doesn't mean you're going to always win, but when the average speed of off-speed pitches and fastballs, the Brewers throw harder than any team.
Yeah, Mizorowski helps bring that up just a little bit more with his throwing up in the low hundreds. And tight on the next pitch, and Sauer is issued a walk.
Yeah, he's called Peralta was fastball Freddie, but he's only at about 97 or 98, so he's
Yeah, he just lobbing them in compared to the other guys. But yeah, they've been fun to watch. I've seen a lot of the national announcers are really on their bandwagon because you get the pitching staff, especially the level they're playing is, even if you're not hitting, normally they're going to get you the win if you just can put 2 or 3 runs on the board for them. They don't have the best record in baseball, though. The Blue Jays actually passed them yesterday. They've been playing some great baseball, too. A lot of teams right around that area. That one bounces away from the catcher. Runners will stay right where they're at.
I think that's a little bit of a factor of the score right now. Waupun going to not take the extra base, doing the right thing, playing the game the right way.
So Randy and I definitely have our plans made for coming back here and calling another game for Waupun. Things are looking here unless something, some miracle would happen here, but for Omro. But we plan on being back here tonight, and Waupun will play the loser of the Campbellsport against Little Chute game that's being scheduled to play at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And another walk issued. High on that pitch into Richter in the last one. So that was maybe the trouble that Omro had is maybe not a lot of options.
Yeah.
They're pitching, and I thought their first pitcher, Jonah Bride, did a pretty good job out in that ball game and did the things he needed to do to get out of trouble a few times, and just the defense behind him didn't help out. So now we got bases loaded with a 10-0 lead for Waupun. Forget that Jeff Sauer doing our video streaming here will be video streaming all the games, whether Waupun's in the game or not, on Jeff's live stream, and we'll be calling the announcing for just the Waupun games. So all the games can be heard on Jeff's live stream, and the Waupun games can be seen and heard on the source on RadioPlusInfo.com. And of course on 103.3 FM, AM 1170, and 93.7 FM. Kind of a sloppy throw back to the pitcher. Seemed a little bummed out the way things are going out there, and just kind of took a little flick at the ball, got by him, and that allowed the run, Krieger, to come in from third base.
Trying to figure out in my scorebook there, where's Krieger? I don't have him on base. Oh, he was shifted over a line.
Other column.
Yeah.
Everybody scored that in the whole batting order here this inning.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 runs.
1 through 9 have all scored. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Completely filled in blocks.
I may have when Oakfield played some softball over in Randolph a few times, and they went through the batting order 2.5 times.
Yeah.
I thought this should go fast because Oakfield's really good and Randolph's not well able to sit. But no, they went through the batting order 2.5 times.
Send 20 plus batters in the top of a first inning.
Waupun offers on the next one, fouls it back. 2-2 the count on Graham. Got on with an error and scored back earlier this inning. Also was struck out back in the second inning. Yeah, runners at first and second. And 9 runs in this inning. Waupun now with an 11-0 lead. That one's going to bounce and get past the catcher. Both runners will just take a nice leisurely jog over to the next base.
And Waupun, they like to probably put a couple insurance runs on here if possible, just for the fact that you would like to end this in 5 innings, being the fact that you have to play later today and tomorrow if you would win.
Yeah, Braden Daney, what a wonderful job. Even when Waupun did get in a little trouble there in a bad situation, he got out of the trouble, and the defense behind him was going to score it away from the catcher, and Waupun will just hold pat where they're at right now. Bases now loaded for Waupun.
Reaches on the base on balls, brings up number 20, Benton Nagel. Cunningham on deck.
So bases loaded, and that will bring up Benton Nagel and also bring the coach out of the dugout now for the Foxes. Sure, if we're having a heart-to-heart talk here.
Yeah, season's over, fellas. Yeah. That's all you can really say at this point.
Yeah. Loser the game, of course, done, and Waupun leading 11-0 here. The bottom of the 4th inning. Just have to take care of business in the top of the 5th. Made a lot of trips over to Omro over the years, too, when they used to be in our conference, in the Eastern Conference. Made the trips. A tough place to play for basketball. I know over there we had some nice teams in the late 2000s. I remember Ryan Rasmussen couldn't get even a layup to go for him over the, Lucky Words told us that was a tough place to play. So that might be the toughest place you're going to play anywhere. It's pretty boisterous in there. There's pretty brutal.
Brutal fans, yeah.
Very brutal. Yeah, Waupun had trouble when they went over there.
The student section was crazy, and they would crowd right up on the sideline. You'd almost run into them if you were going down the sideline, and the administration kind of let them get away with it as well. So, yeah, it was.
I think they encouraged it.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Almost like going to Plymouth during those years, those great rivalries with the Plymouth back in the late 2000s. Some really vocal games when you were there, 300 kids yelling at your players. And this is a base hit out to right field off the bat at number 9 of the batting order. Benton Nagel brings another run. Another 2 runs in for Waupun. Richter and Sauer both scoring. From ugly to uglier right now. Of course, Waupun playing beautiful baseball right now. They're doing what they need to do. It's rough here for the Foxes.
Yeah, it's at the point where potentially, looks like somebody's coming in. That's number 4 for Waupun, which is, I don't have the full roster in front of me, sorry.
Bennett
Hull, okay.
Yeah.
Should have known that. Dad's sitting to the left of us.
Entering the game for post 210, number 4, Benton Hull.
Coach Travis Hull, his youngest son, I believe, or one of the younger ones.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just call him Noah. And there's already a Noah out there, so we've already. That's our go-to mistake name. It's Noah. If we don't know it, just say Noah. But that is Bennett Hall out there, confirmed by his dad.
Yeah, left-handed batter.
And a one hopper, a nice little snag over by the pitcher's soles, and finally getting the third out, but not before the damage is done. Waupun putting up 11 runs, now leading this game 13-0. We're going to go to the top of the 5th. Hopefully Waupun can end it right there. Back after this.
5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun.
New ownership, same customer service tradition. Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun and its surrounding areas for over 50 years. New owners Luke and Logan Gans are longtime employees of Verhaeg's Furniture and are committed to continue serving the furniture, accessory, and mattress needs of Waupun and the surrounding areas. Bringing you exceptional quality from Ashley Furniture, Lazy Boy, Tempur-Pedic, Puffy Mattress, and many more top brands from their store to your home. Verhaeg's Furniture, 806 West Main Street, Waupun. Quality brands for affordable prices.
Make fast work of spreading manure with an H&S Top Shot V-Style manure spreader from H&S Manufacturing. Available in 1286, 1500, 2000, 2600, 3400, and 4200 gallon sizes. H&S has a V-Style manure spreader to fit your farm. The right-hand size discharge of the Top Shot is capable of spreading a variety of material from liquids to most pen pack styles of manure. See Waupun Equipment Company today for a tough quality built H&S manure spreader. Buy the best, by H&S.
It's the Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Pork baby back ribs, buy one, get one free. Deals on Sprite. Coca-Cola, buy two, get two free. Deals on tortilla chips, pretzels, or puff corn. Great deals on Kemp's ice cream, Piggly Wiggly water, Kemp's milk, and more. It's the Customer Appreciation Mega Sale now, all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig.
Life's better with.
We are back at the Gus. Waupun again putting 11 runs up in the bottom of the fourth inning, leading 13-0. And Jeff Sauer pointed out that we've seen it. I guess all of us, that kind of just made us all think about different situations here. But Waupun, probably no matter what, we're just guessing here. Not 100% sure. We should be playing Campbellsport coming up at the scheduled 6:30 time coming up tonight, because they already played Little Chute, and they don't want you at that level at this part of the tournament. Want you playing a team you already played if there's a team out there you didn't, which is Campbellsport. So.
Right. And the bracket does say loser of Game 4, which would be the Campbellsport Little Chute game. But
we'll
Jeff,
see what they do.
Jeff remembers them scenarios with his son, and I do as well with my son playing, where that was, they would go to they had to call district head of district organizations and stuff to try and figure it out. And
yeah, I remember a few. Some of the things, and then of course they always try to throw that little extra game, so the team that's kind of been waltzing through the tournament has to play that extra game to go through their pitchers. This is popped in the air. Giving chase now is Nagel, and hauls it in for the out. So Waupun is 2 outs away from wrapping it up in this game with the 10-run rule.
That would really be a shame if that is what happens here, because Campbellsport could possibly win this one, and they're going to play back-to-back games being the 2-0 team, right?
Yeah, that's how we've seen things like that happen over the years. So we'll find out exactly and be able to get.
And we've seen, and Jeff might remember in his
ball hit over to
Jack Toutant now playing third
base and picks up. Nice play. Toutant rock solid over there with that play.
Yeah, Jeff, and I know I remember sometimes teams would actually throw this game, and they would just not throw a pitcher knowing that they're going to play, say, in this scenario, Waupun, no matter what, they would they really don't see a huge advantage. They would sometimes lose games on purpose. It's crazy because, you win or lose, you'd play in that next game at 6:30. That, to me, I don't know how it all works out. It's really confusing.
Well, the leadoff batter up to a bat. They got to the top of the order, and a nice little hit there. First hit of the ball game for Jake Hunter. Spanks one out to left center field. So just hanging on life support right now for the Foxes. 2 down, a runner at first base, but they are trailing 13-0 Waupun, trying to end their season right now for the Foxes and think about their 6:30 game.
All in, all done. What a job by Braden Daney in this game. Couldn't ask for more out of the young guy.
Sharply hit ball, but that is off the glove of Evan Sauer. And now runners at first and second base.
Congratulations to Scott Van Galen and my son Avery. They just won their softball game, 16-15. I think last night it was in the 20s, 23-17 or something. Man.
Is there anybody else that's like 60 years old that's playing softball like Scotty or? That's hit out towards right field, drifting over. No, it's going to get past the outstretched glove out there. I don't know who they have out there. It's not Cunningham anymore out there. But
yeah, not
Foxes
sure.
are on the board now.
It might be. That might be number. Was that Bennett Hull out there? I believe, yes, in right field. He came into the game to hit.
Is that Bennett out in right field? Travis, is that Bennett out in right field? Oh, he's never played outfield before.
Oh, man.
Right now they're going to teeing off, and another run's going to come in. They're going to try to score. Nope.
Nobody at third.
Yeah, so another run comes in, though. It's now a 13-2 ball game, and the Foxes would like to maybe extend the game for another inning or something like that, but I think Waupun would like to shut the door right now.
I'll tell you what, 2 outs, right here, you need a ground ball, you need a fly ball.
Just look here, they look so harmless.
Yeah.
2 outs, nobody on, and then top of the order comes up, and they strung some things together.
You need to worry about the guy at the plate now. That's the guy you don't want to score. Guy at third does not really matter. Would still give you that 10-run differential.
Big swing and a miss. Souls swinging for the fence on that one. 13-2 Waupun, top of the 5th inning. This double elimination AA Legion tournament. Follows the next one down the ground over on the third base side. And did they get things approved to get this field done too now? That's all approved. That's going to happen. They got the Little League diamonds all done, and now they're going to be doing this one, or at least 2 of them. Another run comes in now. It's just a 10-run lead. I know they got some money that came there, a grant, to kind of solidify this being done.
Tell you what, this field has held up pretty well over the
Looks
years.
good.
I've been impressed. They did replace the batting boxes and the catcher box, and they replaced an area in front of second base.
And a strike 3, and that is the end of the ball game. Nice job, but like I said, a great job by Braden Daney on the mound for Waupun, really helping Waupun save some of other pitchers for further in the tournament. And Waupun will advance to play at 6:30 tonight. We're kind of sure, but not 100% sure, that Waupun will be playing Campbellsport because they can't play a team this early that they've already played, which would have been Little Chute and Campbellsport playing each other, even though our bracket that was on the website said that the loser of the game of this next game plays against Waupun, who won this game. But we'll find something out. We'll take a break right now, and we'll get to the information on that. But again, Waupun winning 13-3 over Omro, and they advance on in the tournament. Back after this.
Auto policy from American Family Insurance, no matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because you'll feel totally protected with the right auto coverage. Plus, you'll save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home with our expert agents. American Family Insurance.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. Boneless and traditional. A variety of sauces. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights only at Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
There has never been a better time to shop Werner Harmson Furniture and Total Flooring, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmson is featuring a fashionable selection of furniture and flooring. That means remarkable savings on name brand furniture, top quality name brands at special competitive prices. You'll get the taste, quality, and personalized service that has separated the Werner Harmson name from the best. Find their showroom in downtown Waupun. Werner Harmson Furniture and Total Flooring. Taste, service, selection. It's worth the drive to beautiful downtown Waupun.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of all of our young athletes and what they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones Investments is a proud supporter of sports. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs today by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Andy.
Well, we're back for the post-game show. Waupun flexing their muscles here, winning 13-3 to advance in the tournament. Double elimination, AA Legion tournament, and a nice victory over the Omro Foxes here. Look pretty good. The bats got going, and a great pitching performance by Braden Daney in this game.
Yeah, that's everything Waupun could have asked of him, and exactly what they needed to set themselves up for an opportunity to make a run at the championship of this regional right now, because they're going to have Krieger left. They're going to have Evan Sauer left. They'll have the availability of Landon Richter. I mean, they're in a pretty good situation right now, and credit Daney for the job he did. He didn't walk people. He threw strikes. I think I had him down for 4 strikeouts. He only gave up 3 runs, and those all came here in the bottom or in the top of the 5th inning. So otherwise, he was masterful on the mound.
Yeah, great job by him. And I did talk to Brent Ferris, the coach for Post 210, and he said that they will be playing just simply flat out the loser of the next game. Campbellsport taking on Little Chute. They both won yesterday. They're both sitting at 1-0, and they're going to be the next game here scheduled for 4 o'clock. And because it's only 4 teams, they don't enact some of those other kind of crazy rules you would get in the past that we've experienced in these Legion tournaments. So flat out, it'll just be the loser of the next game, and Waupun will play them at 6:30 tonight.
Which will, again, be an elimination game.
Elimination, yeah, that will be again, because they'll be playing the loser of that game. So it should be a good game. But I tell you, if you have nothing going on, come on down here to the fields at the Gus, and you're going to watch some great baseball. 2 more games to be played yet today. If you can't get here, you can watch all of the games on Jeff's live stream, and we'll also have it on Radio Plus on the Waupun games that Randy and I will be calling for the Waupun Post 210 games. Any other things on the stats that stood out to you, Randy? I know you work hard on that. I don't want to just kind of glaze over that.
I think everybody scored in the 4th inning. That's kind of crazy. And Evan Sauer and Landon Richter scored twice in that same inning. So you had 11 runs scored in that inning. A couple of guys scoring twice. So just amazing there. And maybe the keynote, a lot of guys that had good performances at the plate, but Trey Schmidt, 2 of 3. Richter was 1 of 1 at the plate today, and a lot of other guys 1 for 2 or something like that. So, yeah, pretty nice job by the entire team here, and some of the young guys stepping up and getting it done.
Okay, so that is it for this game. The next game coming up is Campbellsport taking on Little Chute. You can watch and listen to that game on Jeff's live stream, and then we'll be back, Randy and I, again tonight to call the Waupun against the loser of this ball game at 6:30 tonight. Like Randy said, that'll be another elimination game. Yeah, this next game is the two teams that are sitting at 1-0, so they're both going to be around yet. But no matter who wins or loses this next game is who Waupun will play in the game at 6:30 tonight. So, again, thanks for joining us. Waupun winning 13-3, and they move on in this AA Legion tournament. And hope to see you down here to watch some good baseball. You've been listening and watching these games on Radio Plus and also on Jeff's